to deliver good news. Really glad to be here. What a beautiful morning. Thank you all for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be back here in East St. Louis, celebrating completion of projects. We get to do that quite a lot these days, especially the completion, of course, of this public safety center at the Emerson Park Transit Center. I first want to acknowledge some of the really many dedicated public servants. You've heard their names, but I want to make special mention, of course, of Chairman Mark Kern, who's been an ally and friend and advisor. And when there's something that's needed in St. Clair County, he picks up the phone, he calls me, he whispers in my ear when I'm here and tells me what the next thing is that I need to do. And I will tell you, I listen to Mark. Director Herb Simmons, thank you for all the work that you do on behalf of this county. Senator Chris Belts, Representative Jay Hoffman, Representative Katie Stewart, President Talby Rauch, thank you. Thank you for your public service. Thank you for helping to lead this state. I really am grateful for that. And thank you all for your commitment to the people of this region, helping to make this possible, helping to make infrastructure in Illinois the best in the nation. And of course, I want to thank the men and women of organized labor who really made this project possible, including Eric Aller, whose name you've heard, of the Southwestern Illinois Building Trades. Up and down this state, union crews are hard at work, I'm proud to say, keeping Illinois moving forward. And I am proud to stand alongside them in that effort as we create jobs and we fight to lift up working families. Since I became governor, upgrading and modernizing our state's infrastructure has really been one of my highest priorities. It's one of the first things that I did as governor. I got to not only work with the legislature to get the largest in the nation infrastructure package done. I want to point out it took the federal government another couple of years to follow our lead in the state of Illinois, but we passed a massive project program, $45 billion. The federal government, amazing in their delivery of another $20 billion. So when you're driving on the roads or you're driving by a construction project for transit like this one, you feel like you've had to slow down because there's construction going on. I just want to say sorry, not sorry. This is really for the next several decades that we're putting money into our infrastructure. It's long overdue, and I'm very proud of what we've done. And we, as I say, rank among the best in the nation in our investments in infrastructure. For years, there's been neglect and disinvestments of our roads, our bridges, our transit, our airports, our waterways, and it was holding back our economic potential, making our communities less connected and threatened the safety and the productivity of our residents. So we all worked together to set out to change that, proposing a historic level of investment through the Rebuild Illinois Infrastructure Plan. The members of the General Assembly that you sent to represent you helped decide, long ago that we needed to make investments right here in this region of the state. Illinois is at the center of everything in the nation, and it was an opportunity for us to restart our economic engine and solidify our status as a multimodal hub for the flow of people and commerce, not just in the state of Illinois, but throughout the nation. We made it clear that this wasn't just a plan to rectify the shortcomings of the past, it was to build a spectacular future for the people of Illinois. Now, standing here at this incredible facility, I can tell you that this is exactly what we had in mind, and we're doing it all across the state. But nearly $10 million from the Rebuild Illinois capital plan was invested here in this state-of-the-art building, which will not only further connect St. Clair County residents to the rest of the state, but it will serve as an administrative hub for agency coordination, for public safety, housing the St. Clair County CENTCOM West 911 Emergency Dispatch Center, office space for St. Clair County's MetroLink Sheriff's deputies, and Metro Transit Operational Control Center. And it'll make good on our commitment to public safety and reliability across the transit system, because Illinois riders deserve nothing less. Thanks to this facility, thousands will commute to work and to school. They'll travel to see their families. They'll visit elsewhere in our state and other states with greater ease and peace of mind than ever before. This is the sort of strategic investment that elevates Illinois as a national leader in transportation that it once was and is becoming once again. Combined with a focus on law enforcement and public safety, today we celebrate this beautiful new facility and a new day for the county and the region and the people of this area. So I want to thank all of you again for being here, for believing in that vision, and for putting in the time and the resources to make it a reality. Seeing it come to fruition to improve the lives of our state's residents is truly one of my favorite parts of my job. I know that, when you start a project sometimes as governor, you don't get to be there to cut the ribbon. You put the money in, maybe the construction starts, but a few years go by. Sometimes you're no longer in office when it comes to fruition, and everybody forgets who was there at the beginning. But importantly, being able to be here today and be among all of you, and especially friends who I've now known for 5 or 6 years in office and longer, I want you to know really it's important to me personally that I get to be here and will be here for the many, many more projects that we're going to get to cut the ribbons on over the next couple of years. So thank you all very much, and it's my great pleasure. I'm very pleased to turn this podium over to a leader at our Department of Transportation, the Deputy Director for Transit, Sean Reese. Sean.
Good morning. Thank you, Governor, for the introduction. I appreciate it. St. Clair County and bi-state. Secretary Osmond sends his warm regards and congratulations on another successful project, a project made possible by the Governor's Rebuild Illinois Capital Program. East St. Louis is a place of rich familial history for me. I have such fond memories of coming home, as we used to say, to visit family, or as a little girl going downtown to buy Easter outfits that had to include the socks and the hair bows. So to stand here now to participate in a ribbon cutting for this great facility is surreal. While this isn't about me, I can't help but see the interconnection of my familial roots, my employment journey, and public transit in this place. I got my first job by taking public transit to an interview, and now I get to make sure that public transit is viable across the state, including right here in my family's community. With every project that is completed across Illinois, I rejoice because I have the opportunity to see opening of opportunities for Illinoisans across the state and sustaining for next generations. Maybe one more person can age gracefully at home, or someone else can get a job because we're making sure that public transit is available and safe for all who use it. St. Clair County and bi-state leadership, you are to be commended for having a vision, for being an advocate for that vision, and for putting your money and ours where your mouth is. Planning is one thing, but seeing it through to completion is not always an easy feat. Persistence pays off. Congratulations on the successful completion of this beautiful facility here at Emerson Park. You understand that public transit is more than just buses on the road. It's more than rails on tracks. It's the heartbeat of communities, it is lifelines, and it is a pathway out of poverty. Each rider who uses this facility and each employee who works out of this facility is ensuring the vibrancy of the community. Thank you for the vision. Thank you for the commitment, and thank you for thinking of the communities that you serve in our great state. And to all of you who will get to work out of this facility, let me say thank you. Once all the fanfare is over, the ribbon is put away, and we've all gone home, you will get to roll up your sleeves and get to work. The work you do is invaluable, and there's no way any of what we're doing here now would matter if you didn't show up to do your jobs every day. It is an honor to celebrate the completion of this facility with you all. Again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. You know, if you look across the tracks, you see a perfect example of quality transit-oriented development. All that isn't possible without the cooperation commitment of the city that we're in. I'd like to acknowledge the mayor today. Would you please stand up? Charles Powell. Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate you being here today and all you do. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to welcome our director for the St. Clair County Emergency Management Agency, whose leadership was instrumental in ensuring this project came to fruition, Herb Simmons.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I was under an executive order from the governor to hold off the wet weather, but I failed on the heat. But I'll try next time, Governor. Appreciate it. As the chairman, and you've heard the governor say, this was a vision that came about late one night when the chairman and I was talking about a new public safety building. And what better place than right here on the Metrolink? Over the, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Roach, 46 miles or so, whatever. This is the only building of this kind where we have a public safety building. And we talked about, you know, build it and they'll come. One of the focus that we had early on was communications between our public safety, our law enforcement, our security teams needing to be able to communicate back and forth. And so with the help of the chairman, with the great help of our great governor, this building is here today for this opening. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today, helping us celebrate. And then I want to acknowledge Dr. Deborah Moore, who is also on the Bi-State Board. We couldn't do it without her leadership. And to all the staff, our 911s and our public answering safety points, you know, as you just heard, when we go home this afternoon, they're still in there. They're still answering those 911 calls. And a new building like this will really make a difference to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Herb. And now let's turn to our local delegation who fought to make this funding possible. So I think we'll welcome all of them up to the microphone. If Katie Stewart, Senator Belt, former Representative LaToya Greenwood, and Assistant Majority House Leader Jay Hoffman would step up. Let's hear from Senator Belt.
Good morning. Good morning. The speech that the governor gave was my speech. And so with that being said, here it is right here. With that being said, I'll just speak from the heart. One of the best decisions I've ever made as a state legislator, I made it as a freshman in 2019, and that was voting for the historic $45 billion Rebuild Illinois capital program. Give it up for it. That program is part of the reason why we're here today. This building, nearly $10 million of the $13 million went into this beautiful program. And so for me, the equation is very, very simple. You increase the public safety profile. That gives confidence to the citizens to use mass transit. When ridership goes up, pollution goes down, a reduction in pollution goes down, a reduction in congestion goes down, a reduction in energy use goes down. And then there's the added benefit of local benefits to local economies and employment opportunities. So it just makes sense to do this. And, you know, I remember when we came here for the ribbon cutting. Now it's done. And I'll say this, and I'll stand back in line and let others speak. It was done really, really quickly and really in a good professional way, and that goes to our unions. And I've seen some. Can you stand up and just raise your hand if you're already here? Guys, you've done a phenomenal job, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Hello, how is everyone doing? This is a very exciting day here in the community of East St. Louis, And when I look at this new building, this new structure, to me it's all about a transformation of a community and uplifting people and ensuring that they have access to opportunities, not only here, but around the Metro East area. So it is a prime example of what partnership and collaboration is all about, and we must continue to work together to continue to lift up. Right now, we're in the 114th district, so we need to work together to continue to lift up people right here in the Metro East. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Stewart. I represent the 112th district, which is just a little bit north of here. But this really speaks to the importance of us as a region. And, you know, building up any part of the region is good for our entire region. I think all of us up here, when we ran for office, when we continue to run for office, and we work the long hours up in Springfield and here locally, it's all about trying to improve our communities. That's why we do the job that we do, and this is a tangible example of being able to do that. When we were talking about the Capitol bill, it was a lot of numbers on paper and a lot of ideas, and then you saw some drawings and other things, and it's amazing to now see these things come to fruition. Cannot thank Governor Pritzker enough for his support of the entire Metro East region, your frequent visits and all the good news that you always bring. Please keep coming back. We really appreciate that, and I'm really looking forward to the growth of public transit and the safety on public transit with the addition of this building.
Well, thank you. My name is Jay Hoffman. My district is a little bit to the west. The main area is Belleville. The mayor is here today. Let me just say that it is an honor. This is the fourth Capitol bill that I've been able to work on, and it was an honor to see the vision that Governor Pritzker laid out when he ran for office actually pass in his first year of office. One of the greatest accomplishments in the time that I've been in the Illinois General Assembly, I believe, is providing jobs and economic development like we did when we passed this Capitol bill, a historic $45 billion infrastructure bill. I've been around a little bit, and I actually worked with then Chairman Bar Civic when we passed the initial legislation to allow for MetroLink. And this building is going to help provide the safety and the security that is needed to make sure that people want to ride MetroLink, want to continue on mass transit. And I'd like to again thank Chairman Kern, thank the St. Clair County Transit Board, thank the Mayor of East St. Louis, and thank all of my colleagues who voted for this historic legislation and made this reality. I want to just say one thing. The governor goes to a lot of ribbon cuttings, and he's been so good to us here in the Metro East. But there are other legislators who will show up at these ribbon cuttings that didn't vote for the bill, right? They like to cut the ribbon, but they don't want to do the hard part of voting for the bill. We all voted for this bill, creating jobs and economic opportunity throughout Illinois. Thank you so much.
So true, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that because that is very true. And so these projects would not be possible in Illinois without our partnership with the Bi-State Development Agency. And Deborah Moore sits on that board, as well as Terry Beach. And also joining us today is the Bi-State President and CEO, Talby Roach, to say a few words. Talby?
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So what the fun part is how do we make this work? And how do you make it work in Illinois? And this is an example of how it works in Illinois. You have the highest elected official of the state of Illinois here delivering. You have the highest elected official for St. Clair County here. You have the legislative team making it happen. All the way down to what? The labor and the frontline workers who have built this facility, right? It's the magic spice in what we do every day and the magic spice in politics, right, Governor? JOBS, right? That's what this is about. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to think about are the folks who are on those trains and buses, right? We recently did a survey of who is on those trains and buses, 500 folks. of those 500 folks, 74% of them earn under $60,000 a year. Is that an amazing statistic? It tells you who we are taking. And when you ask the same people, where are they going today? 81% of them are going where? They're going to work, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to work. And that's what a project like this is about. Governor, you know this. It's not about our fancy suits, right? It's not about these uniforms. It's about those uniforms. It's about the uniforms of the folks who are on those trains and buses. Because, ladies and gentlemen, they're the ones who are rebuilding Illinois. They're the ones who are the future of our region. They're the ones who are making it happen every day. And this governor keeps showing up for the 400 jobs at Gulfstream at our airport. Remember that one? You're responsible for that too. These people are making it happen. Labor is making it happen. That's what we need to keep working on. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Great job, Talby. One other person, I know that we have 46 miles of track, but I know it doesn't reach Calhoun County. But Snow Herkert's here today representing Calhoun County. Thanks for being here, Snow. So I want to thank everyone who attended this morning to celebrate this event. And now let's take a moment to officially cut the ribbon and tour this beautiful new facility. Thank you.